Don't consider it home. It is home. It's not just a consideration. And you're one of us, you know. And I'm so happy to see you and someone like you who owns Pakistan in the way you are doing it. I've been misquoted on the social media on this one also. So at this time, I would be very careful what I have to say.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Amir Ibani. I'm a final year medical student. I was born in Japan and I was then brought up in Karachi since about 2010. So
you were born in Japan?
Yes. My mom is Japanese.
MashaAllah.
Yes. Ah. So my question, I'm a final year medical student. I am soon to graduate, inshallah, next year. And my question is about the lack of employment opportunities in Pakistan, the brain drain, the issue of brain drain in Pakistan, where I would love to work in Pakistan. I consider Pakistan my home. I've been here for all these years. But the issue is you see this mass exodus of students just fleeing the country, seeking better opportunities in countries like the Middle East, in countries like the US and the UK. What do you think the government, what do you think you can do perhaps during your tenure in office about this issue? Thank you.
Thank you. And first of all, don't consider it home. It is home. It's not just a consideration. And you're one of us, you know. And I'm so happy to see you and someone like you who owns Pakistan in the way you are doing it. Please sit. I've been misquoted on the social media on this one also. So at this time, I would be very careful what I have to say. I don't see this issue as in isolation. I try to be quite pragmatic about it, that why there's a mass migration from point A to point B. And migration has been throughout in human history a reality. The sedentary populations, they have moved from one place to another in search of different and challenging opportunities, driving the ambition to conquer. And then in this modern age, the economic immigration is the primary drive which take people from one place to another. Until and unless you do not have a developed, settled structure back home, there would be people who would be moving from point one to another. Why do these people go either to GCC or to UK or to US? If I have a 7 or 8 years old kid, I want him or her to have access to good education, good infrastructure, relatively secure environment. So these are the 3, 4, 5 factors which are driving people to choose their position of permanent stay. And if any of those indicators are not promising that much, whatever they call home, then you cannot halt this process. But this process is not eternal. It's not perpetual. It has its shelf life. In India, I've been trying to give explanation on this account that in early 60s, people immigrated towards the Western Hemisphere. They settled in the US, they settled in UK, other European countries. And they spent some 30, 40 good years over there, developed their expertise, gained certain capital. And in the early 90s, when the Indian economy started liberalizing itself, it attracted all of that, and that brain drain became, after 4 decades, its brain assets. Along with their capital and their expertise, they went back, they invested in their home country. Medical tourism is one of the finest going over there, thanks to the doctors who were settled in the US in the American medical system for 4 decades. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been in a position to offer those services even in the private sector. So if this situation is right now happening with the Pakistan, we need to, one, should not take it with a negative connotation. If a nurse or a doctor or an IT expert is going out into the global supply chain of services. This is what exactly I want. I would be earning through those individuals and it would be contributing into my GDP and overall economic health. So this is not a curse. I don't know why people is projecting as a curse. There is a nuance to that and a sense of despondency is being created that, oh, look at this. The whole young generation is so despondent. They are abandoning their home country and home towns, and they would turn into ghost towns and they will all leave it. This is not going to happen. This process would be quite natural. What we need is to do the due diligence, and wherever the gaps are being created, try to fill those gaps. We are a country of 240 or 250 million people. It's a huge population. If let's say 100,000, 200,000 or 400,000 useful individual goes and settles somewhere else, they have not entirely divorced from your society. They are still connected to your society. From where do we get our remittances of around 18 to 19 billion dollars a year? From the same kind of people who left a decade ago or 2 decades ago or 3 decades ago, and they are from the town of Mirpur to other towns who are settled in UK or US or GCC countries. They are actually our assets. So these are the new assets which we are developing, or in an organic manner they are being developed. So I do not see it with a negative connotation, but at the same time, we need to develop our own infrastructure, make the indicators better, and one area is to export services to earn money, not the whole of it. The rest of the GDP has to be focused on, and the domestic produce has to be made better.
बाखबर रहिए हर जगह हर वक्त बर वक्त। अभी सुनो न्यूज का यूट्यूब चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन पर क्लिक करें और जानिए मुल्की और गैर मुल्की हालात व वाक़यात यकीन के साथ।